Hello, my name is Lua and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'll be sharing today some delicious, healthy and easy to replicate vegan recipes. This is what I'll typically eat in a day that I'm quite active at the gym. On this particular day, I really fancied something sweet and very tasty, a bit naughty but healthy. So I chose to have some waffles. So I'm using oats flour, some cinnamon, a bit of salt. I use pea protein. I get this from Holland & Barrett, and some spirulina. This just helps to give me the necessary vitamins and nutrients and makes it healthy enough. And then I use milk. In this instance, my milk of choice is oats milk. You can use whatever you want. There's almond, coconut, normal dairy milk, and then some water. I'll add exact measurements in the description box. And for my egg replacement, I use chia seeds and water, and that gives it the necessary eggy consistency and keeps me going longer because chia seeds are so beneficial. And for my sweetener of choice, I use agave nectar because I love it, and you could use maple syrup, or if you're doing a normal non-vegan one, you can use any other sweeteners of your choice like honey. And we give that a good mix, and I'll put that in the fridge because I usually eat in a short window. I intermittent fast most times, so this will go to the fridge because it's about 7 after my gym, and I'll settle and start preparing my lunch. I'm going to have tofu, and the secret to having a very nice tasty tofu is make sure you season it in advance. So I'm going to be making like a teriyaki sauce, which I'll add to my tofu, keep in the fridge and cook much later. So after cutting my tofu, and the secret is always to buy firm tofu because it gives you the best results. If it's not firm, you can put a cloth on it, let the water drain, or just use a towel. Cut it in cubes, and for the mixture you can use any healthy aminos, but I use in particular tamari sauce. I add in chili flakes, some salt. I also use roasted sesame oil. It gives like a shoyu flavor, and that for me is a game changer. Add a bit of salt and sweetener. Again, you can use agave nectar. Give it a good shake, and I'll just set it aside in the fridge to marinate throughout the day so that when I'm ready to cook it later on, my job is easier. To know me really is to know my love for coffee. I fancy an Americano, and I have it iced because it's getting warmer, and I kind of just sip on it most of the morning while waiting for my time to eat, and it keeps me going. I've had quite a bit of water already, which I've not shown you before I went to the gym, and yeah, I'll walk for a bit and prepare my breakfast about midday. So let me do some work and I'll be back to show you how the waffles look like. Once it's time to eat, I just take the pre-made mixture out of the fridge, and again, you can bulk cook. This can keep in the fridge for 3 to 4 days because you've not got any dairy in it. So I put that in my waffle machine, and it'll have to cook for about 5 minutes. Check the consistency, make sure that it's ready, and set aside. You can have it with anything you fancy. I always like it with berries. So these are frozen but thawed berries, and I'll just sprinkle some almond butter on top of it. Oh god, the crunch and the fact that it's so nutty, and this together, it was like heaven. And this was my breakfast done and dusted. It did not take long at all, and it's very easy to replicate. I'll put the full recipe in the description box for you all to try and share. The beauty about this recipe is once it's time to eat, you just put it in the pan and you add exactly what you added to the marinade sauce, just a bit more. So I'm adding some more tamari sauce, some more roasted sesame oil, a bit more chili flakes, and I'll let it cook each side for 8 minutes. So altogether about 15 minutes. To turn it, you need to be careful. I've learned that chopsticks does the best job, or you can use a plastic spoon if you're careful. Make sure the fire is not too high and not too low, and you just make sure that it's browned beautifully. So you set it aside, and it's ready to go. Now it depends on what you're having this with. I fancy to have it with some veg, so I also added some onion powder, garlic powder, ginger powder, and some more chili. You can add herbs if you want, or you can just sprinkle fresh basil or parsley. It depends on what your palate fancies. I had already boiled some black rice. I either have this with black rice or quinoa or bulgur wheat, and then I just plate the tofu, and I'm doing 2 portions, so I'm keeping some for tomorrow. So I always like to bulk cook, and because this is a very simple recipe, what I'll do is I'll just use the same pan that I have stir fried the tofu, because it still has all the nice flavor, which, as I said, is very sesame, very nutty. When I say nutty, nutty. And I just add some pak choy and some broccoli and leave that to stir fry for only 5 minutes, because I like it crunchy and you retain the color and you keep the nutrients intact. Give that a stir fry and make sure you use all of the juices in the pan so that your cleaning is easier as well. And that's your lunch prepared. You just plate that, and I'm going to have a bit of avocado. Avocado has the right sort of fat that your body needs, and that's it. That's my dinner. It looked beautiful and it tasted amazing. I'll try to include the description of what I added in the description box, the full recipe. So I'll sit down, tuck in, and it's about 3 o'clock, and I did like a 3 to 21 hour fast. Sprinkle some sesame seeds, wow, some more chili flakes, and my dinner is ready. Yum yum. To have this plate of marvelousness. Yeah. Tofu. I hope you've enjoyed this edition of What I Eat in a Day. Got back from work. I'll have this, and that'll be it, my meal for the day. Thank you, and please, if you've not subscribed to the channel, do so. Let me know what meals you want me to cook, and I'll be bringing a lot more over the next few weeks, like I always do. All right, and please don't forget to give us a like. See you soon. Bye.